Okay, so for the weather project, what you need to do, and this is for any project, you need to go to Google Classroom and you need to find this weather project, and then you're going to click on the weather model project. You're going to open this document up. I hope you've already looked through this. If you haven't, then that might be a little bit why you're confused about what you need to do. So this is separated into 3 different parts, and each part you need to do separately from each other. Part 1 is going to have you choose a location. You can choose any location. It doesn't matter where. You can pick. Once you pick that place, you need to collect 6 pieces of weather data for 5 days. So I have the 6 things you need for 5 days highlighted right here in this document. So you need temperature, wind speed, atmospheric pressure, cloud cover, precipitation, humidity. Well, how do I find that? To find it, you're going to click on this AccuWeather.com. This is a link. So if I were to click on this, take it here, it will take me to the AccuWeather website where I can find the information I need here. Once I have that 5 days, these 6 things for each of those days, you need to make me 3 graphs. So you need to make me one about temperature, about wind speed, and one about humidity. To do that, you are going to open up a new tab. You're going to go into this Google Waffle app button in the top right, and you're going to click on Google Sheets. I'm not going to open it up right now. I have another video that will walk you through how to make a graph using Google Sheets. I'll just make sure to link it in the comments below so you'll be able to see it there. Now, for part 2, you need to find me a water cycle, and you need to tell me 6 steps of that. So what a lot of people have been doing is they open up a new tab, they type in water cycle, and they go to Google Images, and they find a whole bunch of different water cycles. I'm going to click on this one right here, and it's going to open it up for me. I'm going to try to zoom in on it a little bit so that it's a little bit bigger. Oh, not going to work. I'll just move this up here. So this shows 7 different steps of the water cycle. You need to tell me 6 of those steps. Doesn't matter which 6. You just got to tell me 6. So say I pick condensation as one of my 6 steps. I then need to write 1 or 2 sentences about what condensation is. So you might need to Google that and find a good resource to find out what condensation is, and then type it into some presentation, whether you do a slideshow, a poster, a Google or a video, whatever. But you need to tell me in 1 to 2 sentences what condensation is. If I do evaporation, it's the same thing, but I only have to do 6 of these, not all 7. What a lot of people have been doing is they've just been drawing a poster of a water cycle that they found online. And then on the back side, they write those sentence about each of those steps. So that is part 2. Now for part 3, you need to do a little bit more research for me. And we go down to part 3. I have these 7 things right here, and I've just highlighted them for you. You need to answer each of these 7 things. You do not have to answer what the water cycle is. You work on that in part 2. So do not worry about the water cycle for part 3. You just need to worry about 2 through 7. So in a sentence or 2, you need to tell me what is temperature, what is wind, what is atmospheric pressure, what are some types of clouds, what are some types of precipitation, and what is humidity. You can show that to me any way you need to. So make a slideshow, make a video. You pick. To find out information about those things, so like if I want to find out what temperature is, I have this underlined in blue and red. Anything in this document that is blue or red is a link. So if I click on what is temperature, it's going to take me to a YouTube video about what temperature is, and hopefully I can answer that question then. If that didn't work and I want an article, I'm going to click it in red, and it's going to take me to an article that talks about what temperature is. So you need to do that for all of these things down here. Again, I don't care how you do this. There's a bunch of different options of ways you can do it. I don't care. Whatever it is, email it to me, put it on the Google Classroom. Just make sure that I get it. If you do a poster, just take a picture of it and then make sure that poster gets that picture of that poster gets sent to me so I can grade it. The rubrics right here if you need it. Again, each part is worth 5 points. 5 points for part 1, 5 points for part 2, 5 points for part 3, 5 points for a graph, 5 points for good spelling and grammar, and then 5 points for 3 resources. 3 URLs will be just fine. 30 total points. All right, so I hope this helps a little bit. If you have any more questions, please email me. Send me a remind. I can make more videos if I need to help you out. Okay, so that's all I've got for you. I hope it helps. I will see you later.